Hey everyone, hope you're having a good weekend. I'm going to be going over what's coming up in our fourth week of the class. So we only have 2 weeks left, well 2 weeks and 1 day left. So it's going by very quickly, and this week we are moving out of our research phase and into the phase of putting together the reader's guide. So just to give you kind of an overview, everything you've been doing in your research logs will be repurposed into the reader's guide. So all the work, like the editor's downdraft, the fixed up draft, and then your reader's guide draft, all of this is working towards your culminating project for the extended inquiry project, which is the reader's guide. So this is in place of a typical research paper. So for Monday, this is your last research log, and it is in response to that organizing sources activity that you did on Friday. So if you did not do that, please make sure that you do that, because you'll need to have those categories that you create in the activity this week anyway for your editor's introduction draft. So you're going to find 2 new sources using any of the previous research methods that we have used so far, or you can look at the sources you have and do a form of connected research by using the reference lists or notes at the end of articles, or hyperlinks within the articles to find a new source. Okay, and everything about this log is the same except for the very end. You do not do an editor's commentary this time. This time you're doing a little bit different of a commentary. So you're going to do an elevator pitch, and you don't want it to be more than 200 words, and you're going to be talking about your entire research project. So not just these final 2 sources, but just what you're thinking overall about all the research you've done. How would you explain it to somebody in 200 words? Okay, so that's different and you're only doing one of these and talking about all of your sources. And then on Monday as well, you're doing the downdraft. So if you did that Composing Processes Studio, this downdraft comes from that article, The Shitty First Drafts. So for the downdraft, you do not need to submit it. You need to do it, but you don't need to submit it. So the purpose of it is for you to just get something down. So you don't show it to anybody, you just get it down. And so, for the downdraft, I would say that you want to try to get 500 words down, because your final editor's introduction needs to be 1,250 words. So that would be a good place to start. So remember, the downdraft is just a start. It's just getting your ideas down on paper. And then for Tuesday, you're going to fix up that draft. So you're going to do the editor's introduction fixed up draft. So you want to try to get 1,000 words for this fixed up draft. It is not a final draft, so it doesn't need to be perfect. You're going to be getting feedback from your group about it as well. And so remember, you're going to be starting it in your group's Google folder. So this is a separate document. So you'll want to submit the link to let me know that it is done. Okay. And then on Wednesday, you will look at your group's editor's introduction drafts, and I have some instructions for that. Thursday, you have a lesson on digital design, which is meant to help you think about the design of your reader's guide. And then on Friday, you have a full draft of the reader's guide. So please make sure that you are clicking on the extended assignment instructions so that you know what you're doing. Okay, so for anytime you have a draft due, I'm always going to be linking to the full assignment. All right, so please make sure you are looking at this so that you understand the different sections that you need to include. So the editor's introduction you're going to be working on this week. And the collection of sources you have been working on through putting together your research logs. So basically, you're taking the categories that you made in the organizing sources activity and rearranging your sources in the order that you decided in this collection of sources. So you're not going out and getting more sources. These are the sources from your research logs. Same with the glossary of key terms. You have these already. Okay, you've been collecting them through your research logs. All right, and then there are some smaller sections that are pretty self-explanatory. And if you would like to refer back to on Monday, I have you looking at some sample student guides, reader's guides. So you'll need to be logged into your UNCC account to be able to see the full drafts of them. But I have some examples. You can see different choices for digital design, and just generally how they approached their topic. So if you want to look at some examples, this can be helpful. So that is it for this week. Please let me know if you have any questions. Just again, continue to do what you're doing, turning stuff in on time. And I hope you all have a great week.